Hello fellow coffee drinks, it's your drinking buddy KIRYUUAI, and well, as you guys saw in today's thumbnail, and if you guys saw the thumbnail previews the past couple of days, you probably will know that yes, indeed, I am talking about the guy, SMITE Luke. Now, I'm not going to cover the shit that he's done at the moment, however, I am going to review the infamous video that he's done, and someone apologized for, surprisingly. The Jar is racist video. By the way, if you're actually wondering if Jar, aka Just a Robot, is actually racist, no, he's actually not. He's actually a pretty cool person. Also, a quick little note, this isn't the only person that SMITE Luke has actually attacked. He has attacked Just Stop. He's also attacked Harley and also framed Hopeless Peaches for suicide baiting. Which, don't get me wrong, Hopeless Peaches did do some screwed up things. However, the proof that SMITE Luke showed for her suicide baiting was pure dog shit. And it's just like a huge dick move, especially coming from a person that actually does go through those type of thoughts a lot. Again, I'm not defending Hopeless Peaches, just saying it's a huge fucking dick move on his part. But yeah, please go support the content creators that were affected by SMITE Luke's actions. I'll leave the links to their channels in the description of this video and the pinned comment. But enough stalling, let's get into reacting to this pile of dog shit.
Well, this video is here now. Just a Robot, or Jar for simplicity, responded to the problems I had with his Toby video in November. Well, it's almost the end of the year now. Sorry for the wait, but the reason I didn't respond originally wasn't because he owned me or disproved my points. It's because I thought it would help the Toby drama end. Long story short, it didn't. Not that this is Jar's fault, of course. I decided to keep myself quiet. But
seriously, are we still talking about Toby here? I mean, I know I'm getting nitpicky, but seriously, are we still fucking talking about Toby? I thought the point of this video was to quote-unquote prove Jar is racist or something like that. Seriously, on God, we cannot even get through a whole video without mentioning Toby.
not anymore, because when I decided to dig into Jar and his channel for a general response to him, I realized how awful he is, not just as a content creator, but as a person, which I really didn't expect, because I used to watch him back in the day. But in case you don't know who Jar is, he's another commentary channel, and a pretty old one too, starting all the way back in 2015. He came up in the anti-SJW community. YouTube and really the internet as a whole had a anti-SJW phase. Being anti-SJW was the big thing to do, but that ended 2018-2019. Not that SJWs aren't made fun of anymore, they still are, but it ended when people realized how the anti-SJWs were as bad, if not worse.
So, a dude kidnapping a autistic white boy all because he wasn't Mexican or black or a minority makes SJWs okay to you. I don't know if I should vomit or just cry myself to sleep. Probably both.
That instead of being forced progressives that shoved their ideals down people's throats and were just in general toxic, it was just blatant homophobia and racism hidden under the mask of freedom of speech. And although there are a lot of channels now that had that phase, a lot of them grew out of it, but Jar didn't. Jar is a remnant of that era of YouTube, a person who thinks having the unpopular opinion makes it the right and cool one. But before I get into him and his very long track record, I should address his response to me. He didn't label it as one, he made a pretentious title where he said this is where the Toby drama ended, which is not only funny because he's the reason it got reignited, it didn't end there, and he didn't stop talking about it either. But it was a bad response to me. The beginning portion of the video and the rest of it were two completely different videos, and I feel like he cherry-picked my video over the guy that he made a video on, Kai's, for two reasons. One, to say that I took things out of context because I edit down my videos for the sake of time. It's easy just to make that argument when all of the gotcha points in his overly long drawn out video.
Okay, look who's talking here. Oh my god. I don't know if I should have a breakdown right now, or if I should just bang her face. Seriously. Also, the fact that you haven't even showed any form of proof of Char being racist yet is kinda... I don't know, I'm getting a sense of clickbait. Also, sir, I think you forgot freedom of speech is a thing. So stop being a fucking Karen and get in the electrocution chair.
Or either things that don't disprove what I said, or him and his collabers going against each other. For example, he uses me saying that Harsh Opinions not going into Shane Dawson was cut context because she mentioned him again in the video, when the second time she mentioned him, she just said the same thing, that she didn't want to go into it.
First off, it was actually cut context. Second off, she said that she didn't want to go into the race comments. I swear to fucking god, personally Luke's research is more dog shit than Yandere Simulator.
You conveniently leave out the part where she talked about the whole Shane Dawson situation.
Like, Toby, there was no need for you to try to puff up your chest the way you did. And I don't even want to talk about the whole Shane Dawson thing, because Jesus Christ, that was just an all-around train wreck. I'm sorry, but like, why? Just why?
Yes, Harsh did say she doesn't want to talk about it, but that's not her ignoring it. But she did say Toby's point about Shane was an all-around train wreck. So I don't think she's just ignoring the situation.
Which just double downs on my point of her ignoring key context. In almost all of his gotcha moments are like this, or again, just him and his collabers going against each other. But my personal favorite part of the video is him justifying Toby sexualizing multiple underage characters. I'll play it now.
Now, to be fair, while the age of consent can range from 16 to 18 depending on what state you're in, anything below the age of 18 is still considered to be cheese pizza. But still, Luke, Kai, Anya, and a few other people don't think Toby is a pedo. I'm just gonna say there are a ton of not safe for work images of My Hero Academia, but because it's not Lolly or Shota, I don't see too much of a problem with it. But as Manga Common said, she still shouldn't be doing this. If Todoroki looked exactly the way he did, but his age was 18, would it suddenly be magically okay? Just asking.
Now, I don't understand this point against me or why he's so alright with it. I don't get why he doesn't understand that a 16-year-old is a minor and you shouldn't sexualize them. He just acts like it's not a big deal, when not only is it, not ethical to think it's alright, the main point was that she's a massive hypocrite for calling other people out for it when she does it. And the way he just accepts it and just downplays it is disgusting, especially when he had no reason to defend this.
Sir, you're literally getting triggered over a drawing of a fantasy character. Second, he actually addressed this in his latest video. I swear your arguments are so fucking flawed.
But another reason I think he reacted to my video, besides the length and how long my video was out, is because I didn't bring up any of the racist stuff he said in his video. As I said in the video, I am white and I don't think I should comment on it. And Kai did, but guess what? He didn't respond to it. But you don't need the Toby videos. You can just look into Jar and his channels and you find a clear pattern of racism that's continued all the way until today. And the funniest part to me is that it's really easy to find it all. In fact, it started off like this. One of his first videos was on the Confederate flag, where the video just boils down to the flag isn't racist because there were black slave owners, and that just because a few racists use the flag, it doesn't make it racist.
So you're not gonna show a clip of this? Fine, but unlike you, I give context to shit. And unlike you, I actually do my research. So I went and watched the video that he said where he supported the Confederate flag, and not even 10 seconds into the video, Jar says this.
I just want to make something very clear. I am not a fan of the Confederate flag. However, I do think censoring it will make things worse. And I will be going over why in this video.
As for the black slave owner thing, he said that because the video said, I quote, "We are whitewashing history." And here's the clip.
Kinda fed up with this whitewashing of America's dark past.
There are also black slave owners. I just thought I should throw that in there.
It's actually a really good and educational video, and he actually does make a lot of good points, so yeah, I really do recommend watching it.
Comparing it to the swastika, because it was used before Hitler, when the main point of those symbols and how they represent stuff is, a lot of racists use it as their symbol, which changes what the symbol means and what it represents. And before you use the whole it's not the actual Confederate flag and it was a battle standard to replace it, don't you see how it's even more racist with that knowledge? Because they're just using it for racist shit. That's not even the flag of the South anymore. That's just what racists use.
Again, with no context. Seriously, normally I would joke about there not being any context, but this is just flat out disgusting. Jar wasn't saying the symbol wasn't racist, he was saying how the symbol used to be a peace symbol before Hitler came along. And here's the clip.
Fucked up fact number 1! In 1861, the Vice President of the Confederacy said the Confederate government is based on, quote, the great truth that the Negro is not equal to the white man.
Bitch, please.
Yeah, that's not racist.
Yes, and Hitler said a lot of things about the swastika. But do you know what the swastika actually stands for? Take it away, Gaijin Goomba.
And you can see why it sparked such controversy. Even to this day, there are people who are freaking out thinking that Zelda had a secret agenda with Nazis. But what's truly sad here is that the swastika has a completely different polar opposite meaning. What do I mean by that? Here's a brief history lesson. The word swastika is broken down into 3 words in Sanskrit. Su, meaning good, asti, meaning to be, and ka, meaning one's soul. So all together now, well-being of the soul. It was a symbol of luck, peace, and prosperity amongst many different regions and religions, spanning its origins back to the Bronze Age. Buddhists and Hindus of Asia, Africans, Armenians, Greeks, Baltics, Slavics, even the good old USA used the swastika in one positive fashion or another. It was only until that goose-stepping came into play in the world that the symbol of peace, prosperity, and general goodwill was turned into a symbol of hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. Which is a crying shame considering how worldly the symbol is and what it truly means.
Also, the whole him using a minority group, doing something bad to justify his shit is a pattern you see throughout his channel all the way until now. The year after, he made a video where he responded to a BuzzFeed video about Native Americans, where he again not only used other groups of people doing horrible stuff to justify not caring, he also says that when he thinks of Native Americans, he thinks of the stereotypical one from King of the Hill, which would be fine had he not gone on to berate some of these people for not looking Native American enough to pass.
What the fuck does a Native American look like?
Okay, bro, you look like you're barely Native American. You could easily pass for a white guy. When I think of a Native American, I think of someone looking like John Redcorn, not a white boy with black hair. If white privilege is so amazing, then just say you're a white guy. You could easily pass for one.
President Luke, you do realize that minorities can be racist or just be bigots too, right? Let's take for example my own kind, Japanese people. Under the Japanese country, the otaku killer was born. Homophobia is still a blatant thing. And most importantly, suicide rates have gone up because, let's be honest, Japan isn't really that good when it comes to mental health. Let's also not forget to mention death by overworking is a very common thing there in Japan. And also all the things they did to Korean people. Also, in the beginning of the video, Jar was clarifying and also saying, and this was literally what the whole video was about, how white people get blamed for their past, but the Spanish people don't get blamed for anything because they get a free pass, and also because Columbus Day.
And white people constantly get reminded about what their ancestors did to the Native Americans while Mexicans get a free pass.
You know what? I'm done. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I just want to fucking OD on coffee. If you guys really want to see a full-on reaction to this really huge dumpster fire of a video, I suggest watching Carmen Ryder's videos on Prison Week Luke because she made way better videos reacting to this dumpster fire of a video than I really could ever make. Really. Speaking of Carmen Ryder, go subscribe to Carmen Ryder. She's an amazing commentary channel and I freaking love her content. Also subscribe to Just a Robot. Dude's amazing, and you know, if you're interested in political stuff or just commentary in general, I really do suggest his content. He's a really amazing person, and To conclude this video, he's not racist or homophobic. To quote Just Stop, I think President Luke really does need to get away from the commentary community, and I am not holding back when I say that, or I am not really joking when I say that either, because I'm gonna be really honest, President Luke's content is just cookie cutter at best. His content is boring as fuck. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You get the point. Join my Discord server, we're a pretty chill community. Follow my other social media sites. Don't forget to like, comment, you get the point. I'm tired, but I have one last thing to say, and it's a message to Jar. And when I say this, it's probably gonna land me in a cringe compilation. But you know what? My dignity, it's out the window, and it's probably dying in a grave somewhere. So you know what? Here I fucking go. Why the fuck am I doing this? Oh god. Here I go. Lucifer, save me now. Step on me, Jar, you sexy son of a—
I'm a villain, 많을 거라 생각해. 아주 못된 먹은 척.